This is Big Andy with Saberform, and I am showing y'all today how to take apart the Ultimate FX Qui-Gon saber so you can get the sound card out for your own customizations to your sabers and adding sound and such. Now, to save time with the video, I have already removed all of the screws, but I'm going to put it back together just so I can show you how you would take it apart if the screws were still there. So as you can see, there is 5 screws on this outside right here and 1 over here. The first thing you do is remove these 2 screws on the emitter, and then you just pull this piece right off. Then remove the rest of these screws, and as you're doing this, make sure that your saber is set to the 3rd position so that when you turn it on, it stays on, because that's where you're going to want it for your wiring. And I'm going to show you how to wire it in a separate video, as to make the videos a little bit shorter and easier to watch, and because I don't have the time to wire a new saber at the moment. Alright, so next step is to remove this piece here. I did leave that screw in place a little bit just to help hold it in place as I was flipping it. But you remove that. There is 2 screws here, a small screw there, and underneath the batteries there is 1 more screw that goes right there. Don't know how well you can see it. Hopefully you can see it clearly. Remove the batteries. Now from there, this just lifts right off. And as you can see, there's all the electronics. Now, as far as getting the soundboard out, like I said before, you want to make sure that you leave this in the position that it is in. That is vital. Take a pair of wire cutters. My needle nose pliers have them on the end here. And the 2 wires that you see connecting to this piece, the piece that had the batteries, this is the negative and positive wires for the battery pack. So just take them and clip them right above the solder joint, just like that. Then this piece here just slides right out of that little holder. You can go ahead and put this black piece, take it off. This is all you need. You don't need that. You just throw that away. Then you take, if you can see here, they have these little posts that hold the wires in glued over. So you just kind of carefully break them open so that you can get the wires out. You got to be careful while doing this because you don't want to damage one of the wires. Next, this piece right here, this is where the speaker is, just lifts right out. These are the speaker wires. So when you buy the power pack from Ultra, and it has the 4 wires, the 2 for the speaker and the 2 for the battery pack that are for the batteries that are positive and negative, make sure that the speaker wires connect to these. In my experience, it doesn't matter which one goes to the negative and positive. It's never been an issue when I've done it. So you can just clip these right here. That should be all the wire that you need. And these just lift right out. Then this switch here. Now these are momentary switches. You can use the latching switch from Ultra, but this is a momentary switch and the board is made for a momentary. So this just lifts out of there too. Just as you can see, it sits right in that little slot there. You will cut this off eventually, but for now leave it attached. I'm just going to put that right back on there. Alright, the next step is you lift the blade out of here, and you need to be careful while doing this because you don't want to damage the sound card, because this is where the actual card sits. It is in there a little bit tight, so it takes a little finessing to get out, but it shouldn't be too difficult. As you can see, it just lifts right out of there. Now the sound card, you pull this out. You see it's got two different diffusers. Pull it out of the big main diffuser first. And this is a very cheap blade. If you want to save it and use it, go for it, but it's not really going to withstand anything. Now this is the important part right here, because this is where the LEDs go. You need to be very careful as you're pulling this out because you do not want to ruin it. Alright, so you see this is where the LEDs in the blade are. Here's your sound card. The reason I said be careful is that's the motion sensor, and it sits inside the blade. So if you just grab this and pull, you take a chance of damaging that, which you don't want to do. So pull this out. This little diffuser piece is garbage. You can chuck it. Now, what I typically do is I cut it with a pair of wire cutters right above that, the sound card, or the on the sound card, right above the momentary. The movements piece of it, I just forgot what it's called right at the moment. I had a brain fart. But I snip it right here. You can save these bulbs if you want them, and if you think there's a project you'd use them for. I never do, because I don't ever have a use for these, so I just throw them away. Then this was the bulb that was attached right here. Also throw it away. And this is the sound card from the Qui-Gon Ultimate FX. And like I said earlier, I'm going to make a separate video showing you how to wire this up to a saber. So this is it for this video as far as taking it apart. And now you have two options. You can just throw the rest of this saber away, or you can put it back together like I like to do, and it gives you a dummy hilt, just a prop to hang on your belt. You can leave it as it is, or you can have fun customizing it, weathering it, and doing whatever you'd like. But that's it. Thanks for watching, and when I get around to it, I will post the video of how to wire that with Ultra Guts. Big Andy out.